Hey everyone, and welcome. For this explainer, let's just say we're about to open a time capsule. One that takes us to a world that's wonderfully strange, a little bit dark, and absolutely hilariously brilliant. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's just dive right in, shall we? Here we are on a little chunk of ice. We've got a polar bear just standing there amongst some penguins. And one of them notices something's not quite right. And now Edgar's gone. Something's going on around here. I mean, come on, that is the perfect deadpan intro to the absurd world we're talking about today.
Or how about this one? You've got two surgeons about to do, well, I'm not entirely sure what they're about to do. Okay, Wellington, I'm comfortable with my grip if you are. Have you made a wish? It's so clever and totally unexpected. It just makes you look at things from a completely different, kind of twisted angle, right? So, who's the mastermind behind all this delightful weirdness? Well, every one of these single-panel comics comes from one place, the inscrutably brilliant mind of Gary Larson. He's the guy who created this whole universe where animals and scientists and even random objects have these very human and, let's be honest, very funny anxieties.
Now, the comic strip was huge in newspapers, for sure, but its real cultural domination, that actually came in a different form. Let's talk about how a simple calendar became an absolute must-have for millions of people.
So back in 1986, the Far Off-The-Wall Calendar was born. And it wasn't just a hit, oh no. It was a total phenomenon. It shot straight to #1 and just stayed there. It became this annual necessity you had to have on your desk.
And the impact was just unbelievable. Even today, it holds the top spot as the #1 bestseller in its category. Think about that. That is some serious staying power. It wasn't just a calendar, it was a daily ritual for a massive, super dedicated fan base.
So, you might be wondering, why are we talking about a calendar from 1986? Well, there's a really good reason. For anyone who missed out the first time, or for anyone who just wants to relive it, something pretty special is happening.
And this is the really cool part. The publisher is, and I'm quoting here, officially breaking open the time capsule. They're reissuing the exact calendar that started it all. This is literally a trip back to the very beginning of the craze. And here it is, the Far Side 2026 Off-The-Wall Calendar. It's designed to bring back that classic feel with all those original black and white cartoons that made it so iconic in the first place. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. This isn't just some random re-release, it's here to celebrate the 40th anniversary of that very first calendar from 1986. 40 years! That is an incredible legacy of laughs.
Okay, so what's actually in this thing? What can fans, new and old, expect when they get their hands on this anniversary edition?
Well, for starters, you're getting 365 days of classic Larson, a different cartoon for every single day of the year. The pages are tear-off, and the backs are blank, which is actually super useful for little notes or shopping lists. And yeah, of course, it has all the standard calendar stuff, like dates and official holidays.
But here's where this time capsule gets a little bit of a modern upgrade. While the content is totally classic, the way it's made is very contemporary and eco-friendly. And this is pretty cool, actually. It's printed on FSC-certified paper with soy-based ink. The easel backer that holds it up is recyclable, and the whole package is completely free of single-use plastic. It's all the nostalgia, but something you can feel really good about. So that brings up a pretty good question, right? After 40 years, why does this humor still hit so hard? Why is the Far Side still around when so many other comics have just faded away? I think it's because it taps into a universal truth, you know? The world is a weird place. And Gary Larson just had this genius for pointing it out. Whether it was with talking cows, inept scientists, or amoebas having an existential crisis, ultimately, it gives us a daily dose of perspective and a much-needed reason to laugh.
So what do you think? Ready to add a little of that wonderful weirdness back into your daily routine? The link to this book is in the video description.